team in the National League. A world-class matchup here. Castellanos, Trey Turner, Bryce Harper. The Phillies are rolling right now.
We got a really talented group, and they fight every day.
4 home runs in the inning for the Diamondbacks.
I've never seen anything like this.
I don't think anybody gave us a chance to be here, and that's what I'm most proud of.
Arizona's really good as well. They're hot, they're young. We're excited for the series.
We are ready for Game 1 of the NLCS. Red October returns at Citizens Bank Park, simply one of the loudest venues in sports. We welcome you to the 2023 National League Championship Series. It is presented by Loan Depot. Game 1, the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Philadelphia Phillies. And with that, we welcome you. Great to have you with us, everybody. I'm Brian Anderson, along with Jeff Francoeur and Ron Darling. We have arrived here at this best-of-7 championship series. 2 teams that match up for the first time ever in the postseason. They came through the wild card series, took down division rivals to get here. And Jeff, 2 supremely confident ball clubs coming into this series.
Yeah, and you start right off the top, guys, with Bryce Harper. He's the MVP of this team. He's the guy that gets things going on this lineup. Then you go to Trey Turner, hitting .500 this postseason in his first time with the Phillies. And Nick Castellanos with back-to-back multi-home run games for the Fighting Phils to send him in the NLCS. Now let's go to this Diamondbacks team. Scrappy. Take it by Corbin Carroll is going to be the Rookie of the Year. Then you go to Christian Walker, the Gold Glover, 33 home runs this year, and you finish up with who I think is one of the most underrated players in baseball, and Ketel Marte. I'll tell you what, guys, the Phillies are no doubt the favorites in this playoff series. But Evan Longoria told me something great yesterday. He said, we have enough young players that are naive enough maybe to not know what they're walking into here. And they also have an ace on the mound.
Well, Zach Gallen, a South Jersey native, only grew up 15 minutes from this ballpark. Well, so what a night for him. He's established himself as one of the best pitchers in the game. His Cy Young year this year included 17 wins and 210 innings pitched, a rarity in today's game. But he'll be going up against Zach Wheeler, who has established himself as one of the best postseason pitchers in the game. He'll try to use his power to overpower this hot Diamondbacks team.
First to 4, headed to the World Series. It's a race for the National League pennant. We got the Phillies and the Diamondbacks. We'll hear from Matt Weiner, and then we get you ready for first pitch. It's on TBS. Game 1 coming up. Brought to you by T-Mobile, America's largest and fastest 5G network. Big names, big stars, Phillies and the Diamondbacks about ready to match up for the first time ever in the postseason for a trip to the World Series. On the line, the Phillies take the field, and we send it down to the fourth member of our team, Matt Weiner. Hi, Matt.
Hey, B.A., of course, the Diamondbacks are underdogs in this series, and on paper, it all makes perfect sense. The Phillies won more in the regular season. They've spent more than double Arizona's payroll along the way. They have more postseason experience as a team. They hit more home runs. They even throw the ball harder on average. But Arizona has found something in this 5-0 start. Newfound power with as many homers in the playoffs as Philly so far. A rebuilt bullpen and stars the country is just now getting to know. Zach Gallen gets the skepticism. We're playing with house money, he said. And when I asked Corbin Carroll what he'd say to the non-believers, he told me, look, we have a lot of guys who'd rather talk with their play, but don't count us out.
They are worthy to be here for sure. The Arizona Diamondbacks, they have not lost yet. Swept Milwaukee in the wild card series on the road, then swept their division rivals, the Los Angeles Dodgers. They've only had one game at home. They're going to get 3 more in this best-of-7 series. Diamondbacks batting order turned in by Torey Lovullo. It looks like this with the likely rookie of the year, Corbin Carroll, leading off. Ketel Marte, then Tommy Pham. In the middle, it's Christian Walker, Gabriel Moreno, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Bottom 3, Alec Thomas, Evan Longoria, and Geraldo Perdomo rounding out the starting 9. And Ron, it's going to be an ace of aces for the Philadelphia Phillies, Zach Wheeler.
Well, he's got great power in every pitch that he has. This will be his 9th start. You see that 2.59 ERA, but he'll be trying to slow down this Diamondbacks offense that I saw them go straight through the Dodgers with power and speed.
Corbin Carroll steps in. Sellout crowd ready to roar as always. Home plate umpire Andy Fletcher. And he says play ball, and here we go.
You guys told me that you couldn't wait for me to get here and listen to this crowd. You were right.
Something special. It is.
And they stand the whole game, Ronnie.
Second consecutive year they have hosted a championship series. Broken bat, little flare, and that's going to fall. Corbin Carroll quiets him down quickly with a base hit into right center field. The bat died happy. How about you set us up, Frenchie, with the Phillies defensively?
Well, for Rob Thompson defensively, the Gold Glover JT Realmuto behind the plate, Alec Boehm, Trey Turner, Bryson Stott at second, of course Bryce Harper over at first base, and then in the outfield Brandon Marsh in left, Johan Rojas with that great catch in Game 4, and Nick Castellanos in right field.
Game saver against Ronald Acuna and the Braves. Philadelphia winning 3 out of 4 against Atlanta to get here. Taking down the team with the best record in all of baseball in the Braves as Ketel Marte takes a strike.
If there is a distinct advantage for the Diamondbacks, it is in their defense. Their defense is superior to the Phillies defense.
One of the greatest defensive teams in baseball history as far as errors and fielding percentage go, the Diamondbacks. And they have a lot of team speed. Both of these teams, guys, are going to want to run quite a bit. Corbin Carroll in his rookie campaign, 54 stolen bases, Frenchie, only caught 5 times.
Well, and it's like anything. You want to get going. You also don't want to be stupid and run into an out right away. So you got to find the right pitch in the right spot.
0-2 the count, and Marte takes a ball.
You know, we talked about it, guys. You go back to the Braves series. The one thing the Phillies did a great job. They kept Ronald Acuna and Ozzie Albies off the base pass. Turn around here, Corbin Carroll, Ketel Marte, 2 of the best 1-2 punches in baseball. For the Diamondbacks, they got to get on.
Wheeler long pause, and he'll check on Carroll.
You know, it's the pitchers that mitigate the running game, and both of these pitchers do a great job of it. 4 for 7 were successful against Wheeler, but 7, that number is extremely low. So he mitigates that running game.
One of the great throwing catchers in the game. Matter of fact, both of these catchers are outstanding, Real Muto and Moreno. And Marte, a swing and a miss in the first out for Wheeler. He is a strikeout.
Well, he's got the fastball, he's got the slider, curve, changeup, but it's that heat. No one throws the ball faster in an easy pace like Wheeler. He makes it look easy with that effective velocity.
Third start in the postseason. Got a start in the wild card series against Miami. And then another start against the Atlanta Braves. He is a strike throwing machine with excellent stuff. Tommy Pham, one of the more patient hitters in the game. Trade acquisition for the Diamondbacks coming from the Mets. He's in there as the designated hitter in this one tonight. Probably see him in that role the first 2 games.
Well, the hard thing when you're facing Zach Wheeler is you have to have the ability to lay off that high fastball. It looks so good out of the hand, and it just continues to rise. And if it's above kind of the letters right there, you got no chance.
One and 2 the count.
I don't know. I'm kind of surprised at the conservative play so far of the Diamondbacks and Carroll. I thought he'd be off and going by now.
Maybe environment, maybe the fact he's a rookie competing in his first postseason, or maybe Lovello has red lighted him for now. Stays put. Wheeler misses away. That evens the count here at 2 and 2. Wheeler coming off a 10 strikeout game against Atlanta. That was last Monday. That set a new personal high for Wheeler in the postseason, and it tied a Phillies record for strikeouts in a postseason game with 10. His first disengagement over to first with Carroll running.
In the National League Division Series, Tommy Pham was 5 for 8 with 2 strikes.
It's funny, you see Carroll, he's kind of trying to get that secondary lead like he wants to go. You know, but again, you know, nerves first inning, you get on. But if there's one thing watching Carroll all year, he has played just outstanding. Not like a rookie at all.
Do it again. Another 2-2 to Tommy Pham. Carroll stays put. Pham, a swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks for the first 2 outs for Zach Wheeler.
Well, with Wheeler, he has so many weapons, and he's got the 2-seam sinking fastball that he can throw, as well as the high riding one, Frenchie.
Yeah, you're up there, you're thinking, here comes the 4-seamer high, and you get that running down. You can't lay off of it. It's too close to take. What a pitch.
And now it'll be Christian Walker, coming off a monster year, as Frenchie mentioned in the open. 33 homers, 103 driven in. Does have a homer in this postseason. Big power threat.
You know, this is going to be an interesting matchup when you look at it, because Christian Walker hits .301 and slugs .554 on the, or .545 on the fastball. So you kind of got a guy that likes it. But Wheeler, we've seen, he's not going to change too much from what he does.
Different kind of fastball for Zach Wheeler, too. No balls and a strike, and Walker crowded up and in. Mentioned Zach Gallen's roots here in the Philly area. Zach Gallen, tonight's starter for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Grew up about 20 minutes from here. Christian Walker, too. Walker is from this area. Huge Phillies fan growing up from Norristown, PA. And a swing and a miss. And it's 1-2. The high fastball from Wheeler.
Well, there's no disguising in today's game. In the first inning, you know exactly how a pitcher is going to pitch you, and Wheeler is going to try to get Walker to chase that high fastball.
It was a leadoff single. He's got a chance to strike out 3 in a row. 2-2.
Tell you, Ronnie, I'm with you talking now. You've seen two batters go through, and you haven't seen Carroll even try yet to take off.
Two-two pitch right off the end of the bat. That will roll foul. Bryce Harper new to the position at first base this season. That'll be a position to watch. He has played well at first, but still has his moments.
You have to run this one out because when it has that kind of spin, it can sometimes come back into play.
The Phillies got away with a scare there back in Game 4, and Matt Olson ran into Bryce Harper's arm in the 8th inning, where he had that Tommy John.
Bobby Dickerson in charge of Bryce Harper, acclimating to first base. Done a great job there. Harper coming back from Tommy John surgery. Set up another 2-2. And that one's on the ground. Turner. He'll go across the diamond. And a good start for Wheeler. Scoreless first inning. Phillies coming to bat. And the Diamondbacks ace, Zach Gallen, on the mound. Gibbsboro, New Jersey native. Just a few miles from here, Zach Gallen gets this game one start, Ronnie.
Think about this, guys. This is already his 3rd start. 11 1/3 innings, only giving up 4 runs. His pitching coach, Brett Strom, says, listen, I've had guys with better fastballs, better curveballs, better sliders, better cutters. I've never had a better pitcher who had a combination of all those pitches.
Wow. The all-star starter in the National League this year, Kyle Schwarber, ready to lead off. First ball swinging, and there it goes. An ambush by Schwarber, and it's 1-0 Phillies. Kyle Schwarber with his first home run of this postseason. has been quiet, but he's got a big pedigree in postseasons past, and that was a no-doubter on a first-pitch fastball, Frenchie.
117 off the bat, 408 feet, 11 first-inning homers during the regular season. Boom.
That is the fifth first-pitch home run hit in the postseason by the Phillies.
Turner into right field. Easing over is Carroll, and there is the first out. This is what the Phillies have been doing. The first pitch of the division series against Spencer Strider, Schwarber doubled into right center in Atlanta. This one, he elevates just enough.
I was going to say that one he hit off Strider, if you remember, almost went through the fence by the Braves bullpen. This one, he gets loft on it. He's a guy that they're really hoping gets hot like he did last year at this time.
47 homers, a career best for Schwarber in the regular season. Now Harper deep into right center, and he'll watch this one fly. Second home run of the inning.
Well, guys, you wonder how they were going to attack Harper. First pitch, doesn't even wait to get past the pitch. 109 off the bat, 420 feet into right center to ring the bell.
How about that for a birthday? Just turned 31 today. Harper launches his fourth home run of this postseason.
6 first pitch home runs by the Phillies in the post. Arizona went out to the mound to talk to Zach, his entire infield, and the catcher looking for a reboot or a mulligan.
Yeah, I think a mulligan, right?
He's counting them. That's number 4.
Oh, he blew out, I think, 31.
Oh, that's okay. That could be it, too.
Yeah,
Good call, Frenchie. Blew out the candles.
I know I didn't go to college, but
That's
I'm
better.
thinking that's it.
I was like, why didn't he just hold 4 fingers up?
Yeah.
Good one. Happy 31st, Bryce Harper. What a star he's been. Alec Bohm takes a ball. Well, this is worst case scenario for the Diamondbacks as these Phillies get their crowd into it early. And it doesn't take much to get them into it. And they usually don't come off the gas for the entirety of the game. Bohm's in a big spot in the batting order, hitting behind Bryce Harper. How many strikes will Bryce Harper see the rest of this game, the rest of this series?
Zach Gallen had probably the best numbers of any National League pitcher at the All-Star break and was the All-Star starting pitcher. But he struggled in the second half. What jumped up? Base on balls and home runs.
And really location, right? If you go back to Schwarber and Harper, both those balls are center cut. And for him, you just saw that pitch to Bohm right there. Down in the zone, that's where he's got to live and then elevate to get strikes.
Remember against Milwaukee, his first start, he struggled early through 32 pitches in that first inning and then regrouped to go 6 strong. That's what he'll be trying to do today.
Diamondbacks were down early in both of those games in Milwaukee. They never trailed against the Dodgers. As Bohm, a high fly ball off the end of the bat. And Gurriel will put that away for out number 2. Let's introduce you to the rest of that Phillies lineup. Schwarber, Turner, Harper, and Bohm get it started. Bryson Stott, JT Realmuto, and Nick Castellanos, who had that electrifying division series. Brandon Marsh works in a platoon in left field. Johan Rojas, the Phillies center fielder who bats 9th. Bryson Stott with 7 RBIs this postseason, including a grand slam in the wild card series in game 2. Phillies took care of the Marlins in a 2-game sweep. They won the opener against Atlanta at Truist Park, lost game 2, and then won the 2 home games. Stott in the air to right. And Carroll will put this one away. What a start for the Phillies. Wheeler puts up a 0. Schwarber and the birthday boy, Bryce Harper, go deep on first pitch fastballs. 2-0 Phillies. We go to the second. Philadelphia Phillies throw a couple of lightning bolts to the sky. TBS Total Motion presented by Progressive. Kyle Schwarber, his 4th postseason leadoff home run. That is now the most in MLB history. And how about Bryce Harper blowing out the candles on his 31st birthday. 2-0 Philadelphia. Diamondbacks coming up now. Gabriel Moreno leads off. Wheeler pumps a strike in to get the second inning started. Moreno, the talented catcher. Diamondbacks acquired him from the Toronto Blue Jays. He came with Lourdes Gurriel, hit a big homer in Game 1 at Dodger Stadium against Clayton Kershaw.
That was a brave trade. Dalton Varsho was coming off a huge year. They traded him with a high upside and got 2 of their starters.
I was going to say, Gurriel on that trade was huge, too.
They hit back-to-back in this Diamondbacks order. Wheeler deals an 0-2 and in the air to center right off the end of the bat. And Rojas for out number 1. First fly ball out for Wheeler. 2 Ks for Wheeler in the first inning after surrendering a leadoff single to Carroll. Carroll really didn't look interested in running, which is going to be a theme throughout this game in this series. Here is Lourdes Gurriel Jr. now.
Wheeler drafted in the first round by the San Francisco Giants, traded to the Mets for Carlos Beltran. They needed Beltran for the stretch run. And now 43-25 in a Phillies uniform.
A risky sign by the Phillies. He's now in year 4 of a 5-year deal. That'll take him through his age 34 season, but had major injury history, including Tommy John surgery in 2015. 15, 16, 17, all riddled with injuries. Been huge for him, though.
Yeah, you look at some of these contracts over the years with starting pitchers, injuries, this Scherzer and now Wheeler, to me, are going to be two of the better ones we've seen in the last 10 or 15 years.
Well, Tommy John almost took him out for 2 complete seasons.
1-2 the count on Moreno. I beg your pardon, Gurriel, and a swing and a miss and a strikeout. Third K for Wheeler. Gets Moreno and Gurriel 2 gone in the second.
FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
5 in a row here for Wheeler after a leadoff broken bat single by Carroll. And here is Alek Thomas now. Part of the young core of this Diamondbacks team.
0-1. That's the first time now tonight that he's thrown a ball on the first pitch to a Diamondbacks hitter. 6 of 6. First pitch strikes.
Broken bat. Stott, a terrific defender, and he makes a play. Wheeler goes right through the D-backs. 1, 2, 3. 6 in a row for him. He sawed off a couple of bats in the process. Brothers, Travis and Jason. Cheers, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything better than that?
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm thinking I might go up there.
By the way, Play Ball, baseball's global youth initiative. You can learn more. Just go to playball.org. Follow the Play Ball on social media. Looks like a seat's available in between. I don't know. All you Swifties, looks like it might be a bros night tonight. Huh? Bros night, right? Just checking.
You never know.
Well, everybody's curious. Good to see some of the Eagles here. Some of the Sixers are here. A lot of love with the sports teams in Philadelphia right now. Zach Gallen, after surrendering 2 solo home runs, Schwarber and Harper, trying to get back on track here in inning number 2. Prolific home run hitting teams. Both of these teams in the first 2 rounds of the postseason. Schwarber with his first of this postseason. Harper with his 4th. JT Realmuto, Nick Castellanos, and Brandon Marsh will start it against Gallen. And a wave and a miss. That good curveball. That's a signature pitch for him, Ronnie.
Very unusual pitcher who pitches from the extreme third base side of the rubber, being a right-handed pitcher, and it just enhances that curveball, fastball, cutter mix.
Saw him hit that PitchCom transmitter on his glove. Oftentimes he will call his own game, at least when he's convicted on something, right there on the strap of his glove. 3-2. Realmuto, a swing and a miss, got him to chase a changeup. And for Gallen, his first strikeout. It comes to lead off the second inning.
It's funny how pitches work, Frenchie. He did enough inside with fastballs that coming in with the changeup on the 3-2 count fooled Realmuto.
He sped him up.
Yep.
He sped him up.
One away. Here's Nick Castellanos. What a ride he's been on. First player in postseason history in the major leagues with 2 homers in back-to-back games, and he did that in games 3 and 4 of the division series.
Castellanos, you talk about hot at the right time. His first 26 postseason games, guys, he hit 1 home run. Now in his last 7 ABs, 4.
That's right. And that was in 101 at-bats.
Yes.
Drives out into right, got some heat on it, and this is gonna be up and out of here. Castellanos, he's on a home run binge. 3-0 Phillies. Castellanos with his 5th home run in the last 3 games of this postseason.
If there's one thing with Philly, with the porches a little shorter and right and left, you can hit those line drives like this. And you see Castellanos gets a 1-0 fastball, 103 off the bat, and just drives it to right field. 5th home run in his last 8 ABs.
Unreal. What a run he is on. Brandon Marsh takes one, barreled it up.
Phillies are deciding that they have a runner in scoring position when no one's on base.
This Phillies team hit 6 home runs in a game. Game 3 against Atlanta. Matched a major league record in the postseason. Castellanos, 5 homers in 8 trips to the plate. His 10-year-old son, Liam, he is fired up. He sits right down there on the front row. Gets a look from his dad every time around.
Marsh's postseason, he's been swinging a hot bat. We even saw him stay in against some left-handed pitching because of it.
Marsh, a swing and a miss. Big curveball from Gallen. Picks up his 2nd strikeout. Marsh is retired. 2 outs in the 2nd inning.
Well, I think he's going to have to use this pitch more. I know that Gallen likes to use his fastball a lot, over 50% of the time. But I think against this Phillies team, the way they're swinging it right now, he's going to have to be curveball and changeup heavy if he's going to get through this lineup.
Especially here at home for the Phillies.
Johan Rojas takes a strike, showed bunt. Rookie center fielder.
Because he's watching Castellanos get hot, so he decided to unbutton a couple of the top buttons tonight on the old uni. Works for him, why not try
Rock
it?
that swagger, right?
Despite Rojas not getting hits, he was reassured, though, from his manager that he's going to be in there because of his great defensive play.
Well, look, at the end of the day, the Phillies feel they have a lot of offense up and down that length, and he's an elite center fielder for defense.
He can really run. Could certainly get a bunt down for you to turn the lineup over if need be. Out to second base, and Marte will make the play to end the inning. But another home run for the Phillies. 16 now in the postseason. Nick Castellanos, his last 8 hits, 5 of them are homers. And it's 3-0 Philadelphia after 2. The resilient Diamondbacks started the season on fire, led the National League West 13 games over 500. Then they dropped significantly, changed around their bullpen, made some additions to their lineup as well with Tommy Pham. Finished the season losing 4 in a row, which put them in the number 6 position in the postseason. As Evan Longoria sends one down the left field line foul. They grabbed the last spot in the playoffs, but Ronnie, Arizona, they trailed 3-0 against Corbin Burns and the Brewers in game 1 of the wild card round. They're in that same position here tonight.
Yeah, they scored 6 unanswered in game 1 against Milwaukee, 5 unanswered in game 2. And to do that against Burns, and they did it with the home run ball.
So the Diamondbacks, whose motto has been embrace the chaos. They've got a little chaos to deal with here, but a long runway ahead of them. Playing just the 3rd inning. 3 solo home runs by the Phillies. Evan Longoria back in a championship series for the first time since '08.
Boy, Wheeler's got a good 2-seamer. Woo.
In a long time for Longoria. This was his rookie year when he played in the World Series against the Phillies in 2008. Had a great championship series that year. Struggled a bit in the World Series. But here he is for the first time since 15 years between appearances, just the 4th to do that. Fourth player. That's a swing and a miss, and Wheeler. A strikeout, number 4 for Zach Wheeler, and 7 in a row now.
Longoria was able to lay off the 0-1 pitch in. Wheeler comes back with 2 beautiful ones, same spot, and with 2 strikes, so tough to lay off.
Occasionally early in the game, Frenchie, you'll identify that one of your pitches is just electric. His sinker is today.
Yeah.
Number 9 hitter Geraldo Perdomo, switch hitting shortstop, takes a strike.
Another 23-year-old.
Part of that young group with the Diamondbacks, an all-star this season. Perdomo. Well, he was part of the group that had the 4 home runs in an inning against the Dodgers in Arizona. Game 3 of that series, a sweep of their division rivals.
Yeah, he started that barrage off, Brian, from the 9 hole.
That's the one you want right there. Out over the plate, a little bit down the middle, and you can get the bat head. Perdomo was on that pitch, just fouled it back.
Zach Wheeler looking for 8 straight. Gave up a leadoff single to start the game to Carroll. A broken bat single. Nothing since. And Perdomo, he goes. A strikeout for Wheeler. 2 gone in the 3rd. Number 5 for Zach Wheeler already. Hey, this postseason, get the best 5G coverage in the game with T-Mobile, America's largest and fastest 5G network.
First time through the lineup, 8 out of 9 batters first pitch strikes for Wheeler.
Diamondbacks go 1 for 9. Second time around now. Corbin Carroll, first ball swinging, fouls it away. Another first pitch strike for Wheeler.
The base hit was by Carroll, and it was a broken hit, broken bat hit. It's twice that Carroll swung at the first pitch, so he's trying to be aggressive against Wheeler.
I would imagine, guys, when you're putting a game plan together on how to attack Wheeler, it's a tough thing because he does pour in strikes. But if you go out there and get a bunch of first pitch outs, you're letting him walk into the 7th or 8th inning. So it's a fine line offensively.
1-2.
I'm seeing what you guys told me. It's the only ballpark that doesn't need a seat.
Nothing like it. Last year, the Phillies were in the exact spot the Diamondbacks were in. They were the last team in, rode it all the way to the World Series. Lost to the Astros in the World Series. This year, the Phillies finished 14 games behind the Braves, but they grabbed the top wild card spot. It was the Diamondbacks who kind of fell down the ladder and grabbed the final spot, the 6th spot, which sent them through Milwaukee and then Los Angeles. Carroll, close pitch. Andy Fletcher didn't see it that way, and that misses in. 3-2 the count.
I thought he missed this pitch. Awfully close.
It's a tough pitch to take.
Such great movement for Wheeler, that comeback sinker. He's got them all. 3-2. Carroll gets jammed again. Little flare pop up into foul grounds. And Ball makes a play, and that'll retire the side. 9 in a row retired by Zach Wheeler after a leadoff single. 5 Ks through his first 3 innings. 3-0 Phillies. It's not too late to sign up for DraftKings Sportsbook during the postseason. You can bet $5, get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code HEAT. Zach Gallen back on the mound. 3-0 Phillies on 3 solo home runs. Top of the Phillies order, Kyle Schwarber will lead off. Trey Turner to follow, then Bryce Harper. Gallen with a couple of Ks first time through. And he deals Schwarber strike one. Schwarber, his 4th career postseason leadoff home run. That is now the most in Major League history. Past our own Jimmy Rollins, who had 3 of those. Derek Jeter had 3 as well, leadoff home runs.
Jimmy's all right with it now because Schwarber wears a Phillies uniform.
Right. He's good with it.
Yeah, he's happy.
Oh no!
Well, Schwarber's threat at the top of that order makes him, in this day and age, ideally suited for the leadoff spot. Gets on base, low batting average, but high walk rate and serious home run power. Had 47 homers this year, a career best. Breaks his bat, pulls that one foul.
Well, if you're Gallen, the one thing you got going for you is you're trying to obviously get this thing moving in the right direction. You've given up the 3 solo shots. But how nice is it, Ronnie, to have a guy like Brent Strom when you go into the dugout to be able to, you know, talk to? He's been through every scenario.
Listen, Zach Gallen's a tough kid. He showed it in the first start he had against Milwaukee. They were trailing, and he still had 6 sharp innings. He's going to have to try to find some way to repeat that.
Brent Strom has unlocked Gallen the last 2 years. Gone from good to great. Get Cy Young votes this year for sure as Schwarber takes a ball down in. Zach Gallen won 17 games this season, 17-9 with a 3.47 ERA, over 200 innings, over 200 strikeouts. He was a workhorse. Full count to Schwarber, and a swing and a foul tip right into the mid of Moreno and a strikeout. Got him on the slider. Out number 1 here in the 3rd. Moments ago, Matt Weiner with D-backs skipper Torey Lovullo.
Sorry, the Phillies have jumped on some Zach Gallen fastballs. What's the tweak for him?
He's just making some mistakes in the wrong location. You know, we got a good game plan, and you got to land pitches against these guys. And if you don't, obviously you can see what happens.
On the other side, Zach Wheeler has pumped in first pitch strikes on 10 of 11 at bats so far. How can you get into better counts?
Well, his stuff's coming out hot. He's risen to the challenge clearly, but we got to weather the storm, keep fighting, wait for our pitch, and make good things happen.
Thanks much.
Yeah, thanks.
You know, guys, Torey Lovullo is an extremely positive guy. And he's a guy that weathered 2 years ago this team, losing 110 games. And I think the consistency of message by Torey Lovullo has parlayed them into the success that they're having here. So they're not going to be buoyed or bullied out of this ballpark just because it's 3-0. They're going to keep fighting and keep trying to play aggressive baseball.
Now that was a big theme for them yesterday during the workout. The fact that they are a very resilient team. Got an excellent coaching staff. Torey Lovullo now in his 7th year, and we saw him in the postseason on TBS back in 2017. Then it was a fall, and now they're back.
Oh, that was big. That was a big league bat toss by Trey Turner a minute ago.
Yes, it was.
That was over the netting into the seats.
That was Olympian.
I want to see the exit velocity on that.
Wow. Turner was a monster in the division series. Well, you know you're fooled, but it's hard to get a bat toss with that kind of distance and height.
More importantly, it looks like no one was injured, so.
Turner takes a ball. Count evens at 2-2. Turner, one of the two $300 million men for the Philadelphia Phillies. He and Bryce Harper signed that 11-year deal, did Turner, prior to this season. And it was off to a rough start until August 4th, when this crowd got behind him, cheered him on, and he's been on a tear ever since. And Frenchie, big money, big results is right. Harper, Turner, and Castellanos have all been outstanding this postseason.
Yeah, and that's when you pay him to show up in these moments.
Turner, a flick of the wrist into right center. That's down. Great speed. On his way to second base. Turner thinking about 3. He'll pull up reins and settle for a 1-out double.
Well, guys, here's our first big moment that you're going to see what Torey Lovullo's going to do. As you see right here, just missed too much over the plate, and Turner, a nice piece of hitting here. But now there's a base open.
The Phillies have handled almost every fastball that Gallen has thrown so far.
Turner coming off 8 hits in the division series. Got his first of this championship series. And how aggressive will Gallen be with Harper at the plate? Do have a base open at first. And Harper turns it around, a base hit. Turner will score. Bryce Harper pouncing on the first pitch. He makes it 4-0. They keep challenging Harper his first 2 at-bats, and he's made him pay.
This happened to be a pretty good pitch. It was in on Harper, but he was looking in and hit a bullet into right field.
He was looking to pull right here, and that's one of those things that Ronnie, I know you're in the other dugout maybe as a pitcher. You're the ace on the staff, and you think, well, I'm the ace. I can go after this guy, but I mean, he is consistently showing you right now that if you're around the plate, he's going to square it up.
He's on another level right now. He's seen 2 pitches in this game. He's got a home run and an RBI single. Brent Strom, a meeting at the mound. 4-0 Phillies. The sweet swing of Bryce Harper.
Holds those hands in beautifully, and he's a guy that gets so much leverage on that swing.
Torey Lovullo said the only player that he reminds him of in the postseason is David Ortiz.
Yeah.
High praise. Delivering in the big moments. Now Alec Bohm, and he swings and fouls the first pitch away. Wasn't always like that for Bryce Harper. Remember his years with the Nationals. He struggled in the postseason, couldn't find his way. But as soon as he signed the deal with Philadelphia, hoping they could get to the playoffs, which they did last year, and he has been a huge star. That hits Bohm, and Bohm is aboard. And now first and second with 1 out.
Trying to run a fastball up and in, and just catches the protective elbow gear of Alec Bohm. Supposed to be a cutter, I think, that starts inside, ends up on the inside corner, and never cut.
Wow, that thing barely
just nicked it. Sometimes you use your ears more than your eyes, and you can hear the double click. Popular walk-up song of Bryson Stott. Oh. "4-0 Phillies." They've scored in each of the frames against the Diamondbacks ace. 2 on, 1 away.
What's outside?
The toughest thing now, I would imagine, for Gallen is you start missing with that fastball out over the plate too much, and now you try to start painting corners, and by doing that, you start getting yourself in counts like this.
2-0 on Bryson Stott, and he takes ball 3.
Well, this is a lineup that what they've done is taken a strike thrower who's uber aggressive, and they've taken him out of his role just because every time he throws a strike, they've pounded it so far.
Bryce Harper with an RBI single with 1 away. Inning started with a Schwarber strikeout. Turner doubled. Harper drove him in. Bohm hit by a pitch. And Stott fouls 1 away.
Bryson Stott had an unbelievable year defensively at second base. Offensively, really took his game to another level. 82 two-strike hits in the regular season this year. That was tied with Bobby Witt Jr. for the most in the game.
Changed his mechanics, changed his mental approach, and started to hit the fastball a lot better this season under the tutelage of Kevin Long. Hit .290 against the heater this year compared to .178 a year ago. Major difference. And Gallen misses with a changeup, and Stott is aboard, and the bases are loaded, and the clock is ticking right now on Zach Gallen. They're loaded with 1 out. Hey, if you want a different view of the NLCS, our man Pedro Martinez and some of the best current and former Hispanic Latino MLB players, they are in studio breaking down the game like you've never seen. Watch postseason Altcast, Peloteros, every NLCS game night exclusively on True TV and streaming on Max.
I get to see JT Realmuto play a lot, and whenever he gets in these big circumstances, he loves to jump on the first pitch.
They're loaded up with 1 away. Lays off a curveball.
Gallen asking if that ball was down from Fletcher. Fletcher said it was down and out.
Yeah, I think
see that face?
Yeah.
Like, what's he asking?
Realmuto on the ground, got a chance to turn it here. Flip to the bag at second, and the throw to first is in time. Nicely done. How about the pick by Walker? Perdomo to Marte to Walker. Beautifully turned double play, a big one. The Phillies want to have a look. Mike Calitri, the bench coach, says no challenge. Big double play early. 6-4-3 on the double play, and the Gold Glover Walker with the pick. You're watching the 2023 NLCS presented by Loan Depot. We're back at it tomorrow on TBS NLCS Game 2, D-backs and Phillies. Our coverage starts at 7 Eastern American League will take the day off tomorrow. They're back at it Wednesday. How about the Rangers going into Houston and winning the first 2 games? Wednesday's Game 3 from Arlington, 8 o'clock Eastern on FS1. Joe Davis, John Smoltz, Rosenthal, and Verducci. And here in Philadelphia, Game 1, it is 4-0 Phillies. Diamondbacks have Ketel Marte leading off right off the end of the bat. 2, 3, and 4 coming up against Zach Wheeler, who has been excellent. 5 strikeouts through the first 3 innings. He has retired 9 straight after a leadoff single by Carroll.
You guys saw him at his best in Atlanta. 7 strikeouts through the first 3 innings, 5 2/3 of no-hit innings until the game got away from him.
Now, there's a couple of ropes to hang on to if you're a Diamondbacks fan. Number 1, in that game, the Braves came back down 4-0, and that was the only game they won in that series. As Marte fouls it away, Braves covered a 4-0 deficit in that one with Wheeler on the mound. And of course the Diamondbacks, as we mentioned, down 3-0 in Game 1 of the wild card series.
Well, that's why that double play was so big in the last inning. If you're the Diamondbacks now, you got to start putting up zeros on the board to give your offense a chance to climb back.
0-2 the count to Marte. And that one's in there. Called strike 3. Surprised him with a fastball. Strikeout number 6 for Zach Wheeler. Between innings, Matt Weiner with the topper. Philly skipper Rob Thompson.
Rob, early runs always a good thing for you. I want to ask in particular about Kyle Schwarber. It was in this round last year when he really got going. How encouraging is this?
Yeah, really encouraging. I think it was like 2 for 17 in the Atlanta series. But at any time he can break out. We've had really good at bats tonight. 3 home runs, Trey with a double, Mark with another base hit for an RBI. And Wheels looks good on the mound. So far so good. We got a long way to go though.
Zach's postseason resume keeps growing. What tells you, what signals that you're in good hands on a Zach Wheeler night?
Swings and misses and soft contact, and he's filling up the zone. 2-seamer's really good. The slurve is really good, and he got a strikeout on his curveball on Perdomo. So far so good.
Just to be clear, not a sweeper.
No, no sweeper. Slurve.
Thanks, Rob.
Oh man, he has been so good with us down there. And Ronnie, a little backstory in Game 1, he told me and BA, it's not a sweeper, it's a slurve.
And he back to old school terminology.
He was pretty forceful with us. I don't want to hear it called a sweeper.
You guys are breaking the hearts of sweeper fans worldwide.
All the
you really are.
Sweeper mania, sweeping baseball the last couple of years.
Sweep the leg.
Man calls it a slurve. We'll call it a slurve. 2-2 and Pham up the middle. Turner ranges over and makes a play. Trey Turner on a 6-3 put out. 11 straight now for Zach Wheeler. Well, Rob Thompson, the pride of Canada, Ontario, interim manager a season ago. He took over for Joe Girardi after a rough start to the Philly season in 22. Rode that all the way to the World Series. A slow start this year by the Phillies as well. But they got hot once Harper came back. That one eats up Christian Walker as he falls down. It's interesting that the Phillies they got going just before they went to Arizona to play the Diamondbacks, and then they won 3 in a row in Arizona in the last 3 of that series. This team was 6 games under 500 on June 1st. It felt very similar to last year, but then they got cooking. 65-41 the rest of the way. And that early series in Arizona, when that run began, really changed the flight of their season, and they finished as the top wild card team.
They got cooking when Bryce Harper and Trey Turner got cooking.
Yep. They started turning around when Harper came back, and then when Turner got that standing ovation the first week of August, they hit another gear.
It wasn't just Turner who was affected by that ovation. The rest of the players felt that as well. 0-2 the count on Walker. And down he goes. Wheeler, a strikeout. 7 Ks for Zach Wheeler. He is on the attack. 12 in a row for him. 4 scoreless. Tonight's StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. Nick Castellanos ready to lead off in the fourth. What a binge he is on right now. The 4 pulled home runs. Had the 2 homers in game 3. Did it again in game 4 against the Braves. And he goes opposite field in his first at bat here in game 1 of this league championship series. Always got to watch him on that first pitch. And a half swing foul. Putting together a Reggie Jackson-like performance. Mr. October had 5 home runs in a 3-game span in the '77 World Series. He and Nick Castellanos, the only 2 players now with 5 home runs in a 3-game postseason span. That's great company.
When you talk about a 3-game span, you can even shrink it a little more and say he's got 5 and 8 of his last at bats.
Yeah,
they've been on everything from sliders to a Spencer Strider fastball at 98 to that ball he drove to right center off Gallen.
1-1 out in front. Little topper foul. 1-2 the count on Castellanos. This time last year he was in a major struggle even though the Phillies were rolling. Remember, Castellanos got booed, especially in the World Series, and it was not a pleasant ride for him. Turned it all around this season. He's had a great year. Drove it 106 in the regular season, a career best. Bouncing ball over to Longoria, and Gallen has his first out of this 4th inning.
Well, the big double play off the bat of Real Muto, a slider down in the zone, a breaking ball, the curveball there to Castellanos, another out. So Gallen's starting to go. Sometimes when you get into this where a team jumps you, like Philadelphia has jumped him, your inclination is to go harder. Sometimes it's better to go softer.
Yeah, and it takes away the slug, right? Yeah. You're not able, these hitters aren't able to try to be as aggressive, go out. They got to respect that off speed, and I think you're seeing the last 2-3 hitters, Zach, start to try to do that a little more.
Finished the year 2nd in wins, 2nd in innings pitched this year, 3rd in strikeouts. One of the great pitchers in the game. First ball swinging, Brandon Marsh into right center. He's swinging a hot bat himself. Marsh, a strikeout victim in the 2nd inning, has his first hit of the LCS.
Frenchie, they just will not let him get away, the left-handed hitters, with anything hard. Fastball, cutter.
Yep, if it's up, out, even in right now, you've seen that ball was in on Marsh, pulled his hands in, just like you saw Harper do it on that base hit to right field.
Marsh had 5 hits in the Atlanta series in his 3 games played. His first here, and that is fair inside the bag. Rojas down the left field line. Marsh can fly. He goes to 3rd, and Rojas is in with a double. Phillies getting production from the bottom of their order. A single and a double with 1 out from the 8 and 9 hitters, and the Phillies are back in business.
Well, right here for Rojas, you know that had to feel good. A first pitch curveball. He was 0 for 15 with 6 strikeouts in the NLDS against the Atlanta Braves.
Rojas had a hit in the wild card series, his first since, and now it sets up for Schwarber. Phillies have been swinging early in the counts. Schwarber's home run on the first pitch, and he swings to the first pitch here. Walker picks it, coming home. Marsh throw to the plate. The tag. He is out at home. Christian Walker, the Gold Glover, sticks with it. A perfect throw to the plate, and a big out at home plate for out number 2. Keeps a run off the board.
Well, Christian Walker, the Gold Glove winner last year at first, originally gets this ball and was going to go to first because Marsh wasn't going when he saw him bobble it. But that is a perfect throw. If that throws anywhere else, Marsh gets in. It led Gabby over across the plate, and he did a beautiful job of tagging Marsh.
Listen, first, that ball was hit right on the nose. To just keep it in front of him was a great play. And then there was no panic when he threw the ball to home plate. If you see a lot of first basemen rush that throw, took his time, make an accurate throw. Gold indeed.
2 outs now. Turner on the first pitch, and he fouls it away. Spectacular play here.
Watch the no panic. Picks it up, takes his time, throws a strike. That was beautiful.
The aggressive Phillies
Yeah, 10 first pitch swings tonight, BA.
Turner with a double his last time up. Scored a run.
Oh, no.
And on that, 2 home runs, 2 singles, and 1 double off of Gallen. As you said, Ronnie, they're jumping that first pitch.
Schwarber and Harper jumping first pitch fastballs for the 2 homers in the first inning. Runners at the corners with 2 away. Trey Turner, a former batting champion in the National League. The 21 season, that was the year he was traded from Washington to Los Angeles to play for the Dodgers.
Boy, you feel like you have to get this out here if you're going to stay in this game. No one up in the bullpen. Harper up next.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Turner takes a ball. Good curveball that time, but Turner didn't bite.
The last inning, he was able to get that double play from Real Muto to keep it. Now another chance to pitch out of a jam. And as we said, with Wheeler on the mound, so important for Gallen to keep it right here.
See what Gallen has in mind. The 2-2. Another curveball and another take. Good block back there by Moreno.
All right, Ronnie, what are you doing?
Yeah, boy, especially with him on deck.
Yeah.
You have to be aggressive here. You got to take your shot of the 8 gloves behind you. Someone's going to make a play. Throw a quality strike. No one up in the bullpen. This inning's got to end here for Gallen.
Turner right off the end of the bat. Walker will take it to the bag, and Gallen does get out of it. So a great play to get an out at the plate. And then Gallen retires Turner. Harper will lead off next inning. 4-0 Phillies. You're watching the 2023 postseason on TBS. It's brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Round out your protection with life, phone, and pet health insurance. Diamondbacks, Phillies, first time they have ever met in a postseason game. And so far, it's all Phillies. Zach Wheeler is rolling. 4 scoreless innings. Has retired 12 straight, 7 Ks in the game for him. First ball swinging. Big rip by Moreno. 3 solo home runs by the Phillies and an RBI single by Harper, who's driven in 2 tonight. Harper will lead off next inning. That was a significant moment there for Gallen. If the Diamondbacks should come back in this game, you can certainly look to the two plays, the Schwarber and Turner at bats, and the Phillies cannot score. As Bohm makes a nice pickup, and Moreno is retired, out number 1.
He hit that ball hard.
Yes,
that was a sinker in.
Had some top spin on it as well.
Turned on it nice, just right at Bohm.
It's nice though. Looked it right into the glove.
Kind that'll make you feel it in on the palm on a cool night. Temperature in the low 50s. That came off the bat over 100 miles an hour. Lourdes Gurriel now with 1 away. This live wire crowd in Philadelphia taking a breather for a moment. They don't sit long. Incredible scene here. Saw it last year in their run to the World Series. Phillies have a great home field advantage, not just with the crowd, but with their record as well. 26-11 here, an MLB best since the opening of this ballpark in 2004. 26 wins and 11 losses. They've won 10 of their last 12 here in their home park, the last 2 postseasons, and are 4-0 this year. Swing and a miss. Gurriel, a foul tip right into the mid of Moreno, and it's 2-2.
And you want to know how good Wheeler's fastball is. You got a good fastball hitter in Gurriel. You had a 2-0 and 2-1. You're gearing up for that, and it still beats you to the spot.
Got him. Number 8 for Zach Wheeler.
Well, you made the point, Frenchie. A good fastball is a fastball when the hitter has a good idea it's coming. The pitcher knows he's going to throw it, and the hitter still can't get any wood on it.
33-year-old from Dallas, Georgia, outside Atlanta. And he drops a breaking ball. There was the slurve right there, Ron.
This is starting to look like a clinic by Wheeler so far.
The lazy pop-up by Alek Thomas. Turner puts it away. The train is rolling for Wheeler. 15 straight. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Bryce Harper, red hot. He'll lead off.
swing and a drive, left field, and it is gone! Yes! It is bedlam at the bank! Right field, and the Phillies are going to lead it. Bryce Harper has put the Phillies on top. It is gone! Into the seating area, the chop house. Felt it, deep right field, and it's long gone for Harper!
Bryce Harper turning into a postseason legend here in Philadelphia with what he has done the last 2 postseasons, including that moment in the World Series last year. Hitting at a .429 clip right now with 4 home runs this postseason. Big swing and a miss.
The call, bedlam at the bank, will resound here forever.
Yeah.
In Philly sports history.
The great Scott Fransky, Tom McCarthy on Phillies radio. Bedlam at the bank.
That was the home run, of course, off Robert Suarez of the Padres last year.
2-1 to Harper. Gallen with a steady diet of breaking stuff, misses with the slider. 3-1 the count. It's the other part of Harper's game. Very few players see more pitches out of the strike zone in baseball than Harper. Has such an impeccable eye. And he draws the walk. So Harper aboard for the 3rd time. It's a leadoff walk here in the 5th inning, and more traffic for the Phillies. Harper coming back from Tommy John surgery. Now that Arthrex bridge, which is a new procedure, synthetic piece over that injured tendon that allowed him to come back earlier. First as the DH, and then agreed to play first base, which allowed Kyle Schwarber to then re-enter as the DH. Quickly improved their defense.
I tell you, that's not easy too. I know he played the infield and caught some coming up, but on the fly just to learn to play first, and then not only that, go out here and postseason games like this. It's tough.
Just 36 starts in the regular season at first base. See that big brace he wears on that surgically repaired elbow. As Bohm, a liner to Longoria. Harper freezes and gets back. Hot smash by Bohm, but Longoria right there. First out of the inning. Longoria snared a hot line drive in that Milwaukee series, in the wild card series.
This is a good sign for the Phillies and Alec Bohm. You know, to see him hit the ball on the nose. He has had a struggle so far in the post. Longoria can still pick it at 38.
Here's Bryson Stott.
Yeah, I'm still convinced the longer this series goes, what you just saw from Gallen there to Harper is going to happen more and more.
The old unintentional intentional.
Yeah, and I would think we'd even see a few intentional at some point.
Stott shows bunt. Pitch goes back to the screen. And Harper will advance to second base. Sometimes hitters, when they show bunt like that, can put the bat right in the sight line of a catcher. And it looked like Moreno never saw that pitch from Gallen.
Well, you might be right, Brian. I think a lot of times catchers, when they hitters trying to bunt, they're trying to come out of their position to field a bunt and out in front of the plate. That combination took that play away from Moreno.
Scored as a wild pitch. Gallen chance come down. 1-2 on Stott. Well placed fastball that time from Gallen. They've been stirring for a couple of innings now. And now activity. In the air to left field. Coming in, Gurriel. He's got it. Stott hit it hard, but right at the Diamondbacks left fielder, and it's out number 2.
2 outs in this inning have been line drives.
Yeah. The Diamondbacks right here just looking, trying to think with Torey Lovullo. If you can find a way to get Real Muto here, I think you send it 80 pitches. You want, hey, let's send back out for the 6th. See if you can get through that lineup and give us 6 innings. And then if Schwarber comes up, you might see a matchup like that with Nelson coming in.
Kyle Nelson, one of the 3 lefties in the Diamondbacks bullpen. Nelson would be the early lefty in that group. Joe Manaply and Andrew Saalfrank. We'll see leverage innings. Both of these bullpens feature prominent left-handed pitchers. Phillies have 4 lefties in their bullpen.
That's the second time now we've seen the inside move from Zach Gallen. I wouldn't use that move against Bryce Harper. He's going nowhere, but maybe trying to mitigate that secondary lead.
2 outs for JT Realmuto. And the 0-1.
No.
Did he go? He did not. Checks his swing. Dan Isonia, the crew chief over at first base.
And that's one thing you talked about earlier, Ronnie. The Diamondbacks defense is elite. They are great all the way around, infield, outfield. The one kind of weakness, the outfield arms a little bit are not the strongest in the league. And so in a situation like this, with Harper going with 2 outs, probably going to score.
Realmuto in the left center, a base hit. Harper winds it up, will be sent home. The throw comes in, and Harper is in. Throw to second. Realmuto is safe. Five to nothing Phillies. 2-out RBI, JT Realmuto.
Well, this is a perfect example right here. Harper actually did not get a great jump on this ball. If you go back and watch it, Harper wasn't to third yet when Gurriel had the ball in left field. That was a hanging breaking pitch. And JT smoked it to left field. But you see Harper had to kind of freeze for a second. Watch, he gets the ball and Harper's not at third, but the throw
just has no carry on it.
Not a lot on it.
One area the Phillies will try to exploit. Big swing and a miss by Castellanos. Diamondbacks outfielders do not throw it well across the board, and you'll see very aggressive sends. Dusty Wathan, the third base coach, doing his homework and not afraid to send Harper on that one.
We're starting to get into that part of the game now where Gallen is starting to wear it.
Yeah.
As far as this start is concerned, and you would hate that to ever affect a start down the line. This is a long series. He'll be out there again.
1 ball, 1 strike on Castellanos.
Oh, no.
And that's going to get by Moreno. It is a swing. But Realmuto will advance on a wild pitch.
Go back to the DS, you had all those off days, and so you could actually use that pen more and more. Now you got 2 in a row off day and then 3 in a row out in Arizona, so you have to be a little smarter.
Breaking ball, and you saw just a slight lift up by Moreno. Doesn't stay down, so it goes through the 5-hole of the young backstop.
Talented young catcher, but lets one get away. He'd tell you he should have blocked that. Runner at third now. 1 and 2 the count. 2 men are out. Castellanos lays off. Gallen with high stress pitches every inning so far tonight, and a swing and a miss, struck him out on the curveball, and the inning is over. So Gallen gets through it, but he does give up another run. Realmuto, 2-out RBI double. 5-0 Phillies after 5 in Game 1 of the NLCS. They've all hit. The DraftKings same game parlay update. You can download DraftKings Sportsbook app. Sign up with the promo code HEAT. Those dots were yellow. Now they're green. 4 for 4, Frenchie. Well done again.
Yeah, you know.
Zach Wheeler back to work. Evan Longoria will lead off. It is a 5-0 Phillies lead now. Just a steady diet for the Phillies offensively. Came out of the gates with a couple of solo homers in the first. Schwarber and Harper. Castellanos had one in the second. And then RBI hits from Harper and Real Muto. Wheeler's been dominant on the mound as he pumps a strike in on Longoria. 1-1 the count.
Wheeler making up pitches now. Dropped the arm a little bit there on that slurve.
That away, Ron. Didn't take him long, Frenchie.
Nope.
You knew he'd fall in line. He's old school.
Well.
Line shot through for a base hit. Evan Longoria sending Marsh on the run, and he'll hold with a single. That is the first hit for the Diamondbacks since the first batter of the game. Snapped 15 in a row, retired by Wheeler.
Well, the KG veteran, Frenchie, just jumped, getting the hitter's count, jumped all over that fastball.
Now you remember first at bat, Longoria, he turned on that fastball hard and just missed a double down the left field line. So a veteran guy understands that Wheeler's fastball plays a tick up.
6th inning here. Base runner for the D-backs. Wheeler back in the stretch for the first time since the first inning, and he deals a strike to Perdomo. Perdomo, a high fly ball into right field. Castellanos at the wall, and she's gone. Geraldo Perdomo, a big 2-run home run here in the 6th inning, and the D-backs have some life in Philadelphia. Bottom of the order strikes for Arizona, and it is now 5-2 as Perdomo with his 2nd home run of the postseason.
You go back to the first at bat, you remember Perdomo, he had some good swings off Wheeler, and right here, boy, he pulls those hands in and just turns on this. 345, it was more of a high one, 98 off the bat, but more importantly for the Diamondbacks, gets them on the board, gets some momentum.
Turn the lineup over now. Corbin Carroll, 3rd time around for Wheeler.
Guys, you go back to the NLDS, it was the 6th inning for Wheeler where he started to show a little bit of signs where he had a run scored, in the 7th where Darno hit the 2-run homer.
That made it a 1-run game. Austin Riley hit that big 2-run homer to flip the scoreboard, and then the great play by Michael Harris, the 8-5-3 double play, dramatic ending to game 2 of that division series. That was the Wheeler game. As Carroll goes down the line, slicing foul. Starting to get some better swings, Ron, against Zach Wheeler here, and better counts against him.
I mean, you see that ball in left field. I mean, that's the kind of power that Carroll has. Pound for pound, might be the strongest guy in the game. That ball was a home run to left field. Of course, 20 feet foul. Hoffman up in the bullpen for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Carroll in a 2-1 count. Pulls it, gets jammed. And Stott out in the grass will make the play for the out. One away here in the 6th inning.
You know, until this inning, one of the reasons that Zach Wheeler is so difficult to hit is if you look at his release extension, he has such a great stride down the mound. By the time he lets that ball go, that 96 or 97 miles an hour seems faster to the hitter.
7.3 on the extension, major league average at 6.5 feet. That's a fly ball to deep center, but there is Johan Rojas, and he makes a play for out number 2.
You know, there's velocity and there's effective velocity, and his velocity, he has 2 things working. One, it's effective, more effective because of where he releases it. And two, he can do something that very few pitchers can do. He can live at 96 and he can go to 98 if he has to.
Yeah, and the thing is with him, you got to play up 2-3 miles per hour. I used to always say that if it's 96, it feels 98, 99. And the other one, you got to get a pitch down in the zone or at least belt high, and that's what Perdomo did on that ball right there. He got something a little down and turned on it beautifully.
Hoffman quieting down for now. 2 outs in the 6th. 2 big runs here for the Diamondbacks, though. Inching their way closer on the Perdomo home run.
Old baseball adage, when you're down, just pick away. You don't have to score them all in one inning.
Well, the long ball has been so prevalent with both of these teams. Phillies in the playoffs this year have now hit 16 homers. The Diamondbacks now with their 14th home run. Both teams starting through the wild card series, had the 2 extra games. You get production from the bottom of the lineup. I feel like that's a bonus. Now you need your big hitters to deliver if you're Arizona.
Well, and if you're Arizona, guys, you still got 10 outs left.
Yeah,
I mean, you heard Torey Lolo tell Matt Weiner, we just got to keep plugging away.
This is the first inning that you've seen Wheeler fighting himself. More balls than strikes.
Hitters count to Tommy Pham, the 3-1. Pham, a swing and a miss. Got a chunk of the home plate umpire, Andy Fletcher. Pham let it loose and missed it. And I think that's what that effective velocity you guys are talking about is in a hitter's count.
Well, if that ball's down, he makes contact. Instead, it's tailing up. You're late.
Wheeler ready for a 3-2. Pham pops it up. Gave him another fastball and it beat him. Pham pops it up to Bowman. The inning is over. But the Diamondbacks get 2 big ones. Longoria singles. Perdomo launches. The switch hitter, the all-star. He's got a 2nd home run. The 2023 postseason on TBS is brought to you by New Balance. We got now. Cool fall evening in Philadelphia. 50 degrees tonight. Kyle Nelson is on the mound for the Diamondbacks. Closed the book on Zach Gallen, the D-backs ace. 5 innings, 5 earned runs. Brandon Marsh will be left out there to hit. Sometimes Rob Thompson will run it as a platoon, but Marsh is really swinging it well, and he remains in the game here as he lifts that one foul and out of play. Ronnie, one of the 3 lefties in the Diamondbacks bullpen, and Nelson.
Yeah, 68 games this past summer, 2 starts for the Diamondbacks. He's a guy that wants to get you out with his slider, throws that 2/3 of the time.
One of the 2 Nelsons on this 13-man pitching staff for Arizona. Ryan Nelson, a candidate to start game 4 perhaps, as Marsh grounds out, and there is out number 1.
I think in this situation right here too, guys, with Marsh swinging the bat well, it's the bottom of the 6th. You got to believe he's coming up again in the 8th, and if it's a righty, if you're Rob Thompson, you want Marsh in there for that AB.
Marsh 1 out of 3, and here's Rojas now. Rojas with a double his last time up, after going hitless in the division series. Sir Anthony Dominguez loosening in the Philadelphia bullpen. Looks like it's the end of the line for Wheeler. Surrendered the 2-run home run to Perdomo. That'll be 6 innings for Wheeler. At one point had 15 straight retired. Pitched another gem in the postseason, his 3rd postseason start this year. ERA right around 2 in the postseason this season. The 1-2. Longoria. And out number 2. Pitching decisions presented by Sage, official finance software partner of Major League Baseball. Set us up here, Ronnie.
Well, we only go to Sage when we know it's an intelligent approach by this offense of the Phillies. They decided they were not going to let a first pitch strike pass against Gallen. He is a strike thrower. He likes to get ahead. The Phillies decided that was not going to happen this evening.
Yeah, all 3 of those pitches you just saw up, kind of middle part of the zone. And for these Phillies hitters right now, that's their hot spot.
Schwarber's been quiet this postseason, but launched the first pitch he saw in the 1st inning, that fastball from Gallen. Just his 3rd hit of the postseason. Diamondbacks have activity in their pen as well. Miguel Castro is loosening. Both clubs carrying 13 pitchers, which is the max. You can carry fewer pitchers, but no more than 13. As Schwarber pops it up. And this is going to be a 3-up, 3-down inning. Important for Nelson. Retires the Phillies in order. Diamondbacks coming up. We go to the 7th in a 5-2 game in game 1.
You know, we came on this broadcast talking about Zach Wheeler being one of the best postseason pitchers. And boy, he did not change anyone's thought after tonight's performance. 6 innings, 2 runs allowed in the 6th. Had every pitch going, especially that hard two-seam sinker. Big slurve for strikeouts as well.
Sir Anthony Dominguez takes over now for Philadelphia. Pumps a strike in there on Christian Walker. Been a dominant Phillies bullpen for Rob Thompson.
Yeah, he's got that big fastball sink that we've seen, and of course a great slider, as you see there. But you know, look, for the Diamondbacks right now, guys, they knocked Wheeler out of the game. They just got the 2 runs back, and they had a quick shutdown inning, the first shutdown inning of the night. 1, 2, 3.
Arizona desperate for base runners. Walker takes a ball, 2-1.
Whenever you're playing in the postseason, at some point you're going to have to beat the bullpen, and they've got themselves in a decent position now after scoring those 2 in the 6th. 9 outs to go. They've done it all postseason. So Anthony Dominguez, almost 2/3 of the time you're going to see something hard. The fastball, 4-seam, or the sinker. The only fault he has is at times he loses the strike zone.
And he's behind 3-1 on Walker, and that grazed him. It'll be ball 4 anyway.
He swing.
And they're asking if he swung, so they appeal it to first. No swing, says Dan Isonia, and Walker will reach to start this 7th inning.
Yeah, this is one of those they always try to say that you swing, and it's more, this is where the umpire uses discretion. No, I'm trying to get out of the way.
Lead man on for the D-backs.
We need a clutch hit. Derek Jeter.
Hang in there, rookie.
And now right back to the box. Oh, and Dominguez throws it into center field. Walker on his way to 3rd. Oh, had a double play right in front of him. Now the door is open for Arizona. A walk and an error now. 1st and 3rd, nobody out.
You know, I talked before about the Phillies defense. I wasn't referring to the pitchers on their staff, but not a good play here, obviously, by Dominguez. What happens, this ball right back at him. This is the only time that a pitcher will ever have to throw uphill, when he gets that comebacker, and some can't make the adjustment, and Dominguez throws it into right center.
Could be a big play here. Base Cam gives you a look at it. It's presented by T-Mobile, America's largest 5G network. No chance for Stott.
I was always taught to either come get the ball so you're on the flatter part, or once you make your crow hop, get on top of the mound so you're going on the way down.
And the important thing there is you got to get one.
Yes.
I know you want that double play, but to make sure you get that lead out, because now, really for the first time, besides that home run, the Diamondbacks, who have felt guys completely outplayed in this game so much, they're one swing away from a tie ball game.
You got it, Frenchie.
Sir Anthony Dominguez commits the error. Fielder's choice in an error to get Moreno to 1st. 1st and 3rd, nobody out. Gurriel, who hit 24 homers in the regular season, stands at the plate as the tying run. And Dominguez misses low. Caleb Cotham, the Phillies pitching coach, on the phone to the bullpen. There are plenty of weapons down there for Rob Thompson. Dominguez, and a swing and a foul right down the middle. Gurriel fouls it back.
Well, I would think that phone call, we've seen all postseason. Jose Alvarado's been that guy in these type shutdown moments. And with Corbin Carroll up in 4 more batters, try to see the big man get loose.
He is their #1 option in the bullpen in the biggest moments. That ball's lined right to Stott. Throw to first and out at first.
I don't think so. Not from our view up here.
Yeah, you saw Bannister just tell he's safe.
They will look at it. Called out on the field by Dan Isonia.
Call on the field is out at first base. Arizona is challenged.
And the Diamondbacks will challenge. Stott made it close.
Yeah, from our venue up here, this shouldn't take long, but let's see.
Replay review powered by Zoom. New York City in the replay review center. They're taking a look at it.
Another ball hit on the nose. Does Moreno get in there before the ball gets there?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. It's not even in play.
So this will likely be overturned here.
You know, usually up here in the booth, we wait for the replay. I think it's important to try to call it in real time, just like the umpire, just a missed call from Iasonia.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is safe. Arizona has 2 challenges remaining.
Get that additional challenge in the postseason. And the Diamondbacks, a successful challenge here. Don't lose one. Still have 2 left. And Moreno just back.
How about good base running by the 23-year-old? You get very excited in those circumstances.
Especially when a guy hits a ball like that.
That's right.
T-Mobile base cam gives you a look to see the panic in the return of Moreno. That could have been a game-changing moment here. Now the Diamondbacks still with runners at the corners, and Alek Thomas coming up, and a swing and a miss. Big fastball from Dominguez.
Thomas has a couple of home runs in the postseason. He's got some pop.
Speedy center fielder. Phillies have their corners in.
Well, this is where, look, you got a guy who wants to have a big moment in the postseason, right? But you can't lose what got you here. And that's get that 1 run in, you know, tack away at what the runs are to get to 5-3. And just keep cutting it, the lead.
Dominguez, when he's right, gets a lot of ground balls. That one's on the ground, foul. Thomas, a tough guy to double up, though. He runs well. This Phillies bullpen has only given up 1 home run this postseason. That was that Austin Riley scoreboard flipping home run in game 2. Alvarado's ready to enter if need be. Big spot. 7th inning. 1 away. 2-2. Castro still throwing. If the Diamondbacks should tie or take the lead, you'd probably see Kevin Ginkel at that point. 2-2 the count. Missed with it, a fastball. Good take by Thomas. 3-2 now.
Just so I don't forget saying it, Andy Fletcher's done a nice job behind the plate.
This is his first league championship series. Thomas, a high fly ball into right center. Long run Castellanos. He's calling and took a peek at the last moment. That'll be plenty deep to score the run. So Alek Thomas delivers the 3rd Diamondbacks run. A sacrifice fly and an RBI makes it 5-3.
Well, there you go. ABC baseball right there. Yes, you'd love the big inning. At the same time, you were able to get the ball to the outfield and cut the lead to 2. And yeah, boy, because he took his eye off this, almost lost the ball.
When you're an outfielder, a right fielder, you expect the center fielder, if you've run that far, to call you off because he's usually the quarterback. Maybe the young center fielder did not.
And now Rob Thompson on his way out. So Evan Longoria is scheduled to hit. Diamondbacks go with a pinch hitter, Pavin Smith. And once that was announced, Rob Thompson is going to counter now. And Pavin Smith might have been a decoy. Sir Anthony Dominguez faces 4 batters, gives up a run. Costly error that he committed. And now here comes the big hammer out of the Phillies bullpen. Alvarado.
Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
Want to talk postseason ball with a friend? Just tell Siri. FaceTime Parker.
And a reminder, you can check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, and tees. Root for your favorite team at MLBshop.com. Getting a little tense here in Game 1, Citizens Bank Park. Jose Alvarado, one of Rob Thompson's elite relievers. He is in the game now in this 7th inning and comes in with 2 outs.
Best left-handed power arm out of the bullpen in the postseason left. Hard sinker at 98 plus and a hard cutter in on the hands of righties.
Emmanuel Rivera will pinch hit. So Longoria was the scheduled hitter. Pavin Smith might as well have been a wooden duck. He's a decoy, was immediately pulled once Alvarado came in. Now Rivera, runner at first. A lot to unpack in this inning. First of all, was Alvarado coming in your minds, whether it was Longoria or Rivera?
Well, I think you look at it this way. Who do you want to be taking the at-bat right now? Longoria or Rivera? I feel Longoria would be my choice. So to me, it wouldn't matter if Dominguez is out there or Alvarado came in. I would still want the veteran in this circumstance.
Yeah, and interesting enough, Alvarado has hit 2 balls here. If you remember back in Game 4, had a couple walks there late. That was kind of his Achilles heel when he came over from Tampa.
Either way, with Dominguez or Alvarado, you're going to get high velocity. And the Diamondbacks want a hitter who can maybe handle high velocity in Emmanuel Rivera. He's the tying run at the plate. 2 balls and a strike to count. And that one misses. 3-1 the count now. Burning up 2 different bench players in this sequence. Sir Anthony Dominguez faces 4 batters. At this point, allows an unearned run on his throwing error. Run is in, 2 gone, and a bouncing ball out to Turner, and that'll do it. Alvarado falls behind 3-1, gets his man though. Rivera on a 6-3 put out, strands a runner at first. Diamondbacks get 1, and it's a 2-run game now. Stretch time in Game 1. It's the 2023 National League Championship Series. It's presented by Loan Depot. Our game summary as we move our way to the bottom of the 7th inning in game 1 of this NLCS. A fast start by the Phillies, and the long ball has been prevalent. Philadelphia with 3 homers. Diamondbacks get a 2-run shot from Geraldo Perdomo to bring us here. Brian Anderson with Ron Darling and Jeff Francoeur. So the Phillies get off to a great start. Feels like a Diamondback story right now as they've been able to chip away a little bit.
Yeah, outside that Dodgers series, this is kind of what the Diamondbacks have done all year. They've scrapped, they've clawed their way back in games. And Ronnie, in a game that's felt so one-sided, 2-run difference right now.
When the Phillies and their crowd come out and try to run over you, it's amazing what the Diamondbacks have done. And they're 1 more 0 away with Chris Nelson on the mound from really putting a finish to this ball game.
Emmanuel Rivera, who made that last out of the 7th, will stand to play third base, taking over for Longoria. Nelson back to work. He's got Turner, and then he's got Harper coming up. Be a foul ball by Turner, strike 1. Turner 1 out of 3 tonight, had a double and a run scored in the 3rd. Kyle Nelson across his 2nd inning. 3 up, 3 down, 6th inning. First time all night the Phillies have gone in order. First lefty out of the bullpen to get these big lefties right off the end of the bat by Turner. And Moreno in the low throw. He never got the handle. Now Turner's off to the races. Turner to 2nd on his way to 3rd. No, he'll stop there. Moreno, a former shortstop, couldn't quite get the handle and throws it away. Trey Turner is aboard.
Well, you saw last inning the Phillies make a mistake. Diamondbacks capitalized and got a run right here. Kind of a funky play. It was a good pitch. He got it off the end of the bat. And Nelson looked like he had this ball right here. Moreno called him off and just like he couldn't get a grip.
Yeah. That'll go as an infield hit and an error that allows Turner to 2nd. Yeah, just nothing on that. So here is Harper now. First pitch, he takes a ball. Now the Phillies looking for a put-away punch here, and Torey Lovullo. If you were ever going to walk Bryce Harper, it might be in this situation, but you've got your lefty on the mound who is out there specifically to face Harper. But you're playing with fire right now.
You know, you got Castro in the bullpen warmed up. He's going to come in trying to get those heavy sink with the slider. This might be the time where, again, this is one of those, I'm not giving much to Harper right here.
2-0 the count. Harper takes a ball.
You do have the lefty-lefty matchup, but in order, you would want that from Saalfrank, Mantiply, and then Nelson.
Yeah.
That's a bold move right here. 3-0 the count. Nelson working around the edges and hits the edge that time. Slider from Nelson catches the corner, and it's 3-1.
Tell you what, you're playing with fire right here, man.
Infield hit in an air. Turner at 2nd, and Harper a mighty lash at it. Wow.
Well, I think in the division series, the Braves rued their decision to pitch to Harper. And here this fastball fouled straight back by Harper.
Yeah, you got to make a pitch now.
3-2. Here he comes. Harper fouls it away. Nelson working the edges. Harper able to stay alive. You got Bohm due next. Unlikely you'd see Nelson face Bohm. Harper in the air, slicing. Long run for it. Rivera in foul territory. Nelson comes up with a big out right there. Diamondbacks challenge Bryce Harper, fall behind 3-0, and Nelson gets the foul pop. Hey, Taco Bell Rewards members, you can get a free Doritos Locos taco after the first stolen base this World Series. You can join rewards today, only in the app.
I'll tell you what, guys, give Nelson a lot of credit.
Yes.
3-0. Still, I think I'm putting him on first. He came back and made 4 quality pitches and got an out on Harper. Well done.
Great pitching by the Arizona Diamondbacks relievers continues.
Nelson gives him 4 outs. He will exit with Bohm coming up, Castro coming in. In Phillies, coverage starts at 7 Eastern on TBS. The American League is off tomorrow. They'll be back at it Wednesday. Astros Rangers from Arlington, with the Rangers leading that series 2-0. That'll be on FS1. Get into the game with Max and the Bleacher Report Sports add-on. It's on us for a limited time after the promo period, just $9.99 to add a Max base plan. Phillies with an opportunity here. Alec Bohm coming up. Miguel Castro is on the mound with Turner at second base.
Well, Castro, what you're going to see is sinker slider against the right-handed hitters, sinker changeup against the lefties.
And I'll tell you right now, with 1 out, opponents 8 for 8 with stolen bases. You got to keep an eye on Trey Turner right here.
Turner had 2 steals in the wild card series, 2 in game 1 of the division series. And with only 1 out, would be a threat to run as Bohm takes a fastball down and in. Bohm hit by a pitch back in the 3rd inning. He lined out to 3rd in the 5th. He squared it up. Maybe a sign of things to come for Bohm. And that one is lined right to the shortstop, Perdomo. Alec Bohm, some bad luck here in his last 2 swings. Big out there for the Diamondbacks, and the 2nd out of the inning.
Well, he squared this sinker up, and good job by Trey Turner. Exactly what you're taught. When that ball's hit like that, you go back to the base, especially with 1 out.
Yeah, Perdomo was trying to keep him close, so he had a feel for where he was, and that was right behind him.
2 outs. Here's Bryson Stott. (5-3) Phillies. Led 5-0 after 5 innings. 2-run home run by Perdomo in the 6th. D-backs got one in the 7th, making a 2-run game. That was a sac fly from Thomas. Feel like Arizona's kind of weathered the storm here at Citizens Bank Park, but this is an imperative out here for Castro with a runner at second. 2-0 to Stott. 2-1.
Yeah, I agree. You get one more run. Look, you've got to believe you got Alvarado for the 8th and Kimbrel for the 9th. If you're the Diamondbacks, got to keep it a 2-run game.
The 2-1 on the ground, little rollover. Marte will make the play. A changeup gets him. Scoreless inning for the Phillies in the 7th. 5-3. The score remains. We go to the 8th. Diamondbacks coming up. TBS Total Motion presented by Progressive. The sweet swing of the switch hitter Geraldo Perdomo, his 2-run home run in the 6th inning. Got the Diamondbacks on the board for the first time. The only 2 runs that Zach Wheeler allowed. And now Perdomo will turn around, hit right-handed against Alvarado. Back out there for a 2nd inning, and his first one is 98 on the inside corner for a strike.
And funny enough, only one time this year did he go out for multiple innings. Now the 4th time for Alvarado this postseason.
2 quick strikes. If you were with us during the division series in Game 4, the clinching game for the Phillies, Rob Thompson deployed Alvarado in the 6th and then Kimbrel for the 7th across to the 8th. His 2 best relievers, the guys that are usually the 8 and 9 guys, brought him out in the middle of the game, middle to late.
You know, we've seen Rob Thompson do this before. Game 1s, he loves to go to that bullpen and try to secure that victory. He did it in the World Series in Game 1, brought in Alvarado in a crucial moment and got the win there. They've been outstanding, Frenchie, in Game 1s.
Yeah, since 2008, Ronnie, 14-1 in Game 1s.
Saw Jeff Hoffman in the Philly bullpen. Here's the 0-2. Perdomo jumps at it but lays off. No easy feat with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Diamondbacks have activity as well. Luis Frias preparing. And that's a call. Strike 3. Generous call. Big fastball. Alvarado has one out here in the 8th as we send it down to Matt Weiner.
Well, B.A., what you're seeing here is peak Jose Alvarado, but he told me it has been heartbreaking to watch his teammates celebrate big postseason wins with their families while most of his remains stuck in his native Venezuela. For a couple of years, he's worked with his agent, lawyers, and the Phillies trying to get his mother, Krelia, his sister, and 2 children ages 10 and 6 visas, as the out is recorded at first, to come to the U.S. Of course, it's very difficult to do because the 2 countries don't have diplomatic relations right now. At one point, the family traveled to Panama, then Brazil, but were denied a visa at the U.S. Embassy. He says he's tried to remain strong and focus on the job at hand. But these big moments, they're bittersweet.
Yeah, good call. Good stuff, Matt. Thank you. Alvarado has been a big game reliever. Struggled last year. It's been a different story this year. 2 outs. Ketel Marte takes a fastball inside. Marte, the switch hitter. His power is as a right-handed batter. And that one is pulled through for a base hit. Ketel Marte with a 2-out single. And once again, the Diamondbacks will bring the tying run to the plate.
Now, when you're facing Alvarado, guys, this is the pitch right here. Yeah. The only one you really have a chance to square up and hit hard is up in the zone. Right there. That's about as high as you're going to get from Alvarado. And now brings up Tommy Pham with the tying run.
Ball players like to say a bloop and a blast, a ground ball and a blast to work.
Tommy Pham, big power. Takes a strike. That's a cutter from Alvarado. Everything is electric. The only time Alvarado struggles, Ronnie, is when he loses command. And he's got a guy at the plate who has a great eye. The 0-1. Pham hits a bullet right at Stott. He picks it. It's an out. It's on the hop, they say. And Tommy Pham is retired, and Alvarado works a scoreless 8th inning. Caught it in the air. Didn't need to make the throw. Big 0 on the board for Big Jose. Best of Base Camp tonight. It's presented by T-Mobile, America's largest 5G network. Started with a bang with Schwarber's homer, and then Harper, and then Castellanos, the 3 homers in the first 2 innings. 5-3 game here. And it is going to be Frias in, Ronnie, for Arizona.
You know, with the 2-run deficit, you had some options here if you're Lovello. You go with Frias, who has a combination of fastball cutter. Could also gone to Ryan Thompson, give these good right-handed hitters for the Phillies a different look.
Yeah, I think he's counting on, too, as Realmuto and Castellanos has never faced Frias, maybe being unfamiliar with them. I thought Thompson could have been a guy here, too, with the righties.
Treat these games differently than the regular season. Frias, who pitched in a blowout game against the Dodgers, gets a generous call on the outer half, a strike.
Plate has got a little bigger here in the last inning for home plate umpire Andy Fletcher.
Realmuto, Castellanos, and Marsh, first 3 up here for the Phillies. And Realmuto, a fly ball into shallow right field. Carroll will make the catch, and there is out number 1. The Alan H. Selig Award for Philanthropic Excellence recognizes charitable and philanthropic efforts of MLB clubs. Scan the QR code to vote for a 2023 club finalist between the Reds, the Pirates, the Royals, the D-backs, and the Twins. Celebrate their commitment to changing the game on and off the field. 1 away. Here is Castellanos. Looking ahead to the 9th, Walker, Moreno, and Gurriel, and Craig Kimbrell will get closing duties for the Phillies here in game 1. Diamondbacks in the heart of their order.
Last time Kimbrell was on this mound, had an epic battle with the MVP, probably, and Ronald Acuna Jr.
With the bases loaded.
Yep.
In the 8th inning. Castellanos, a hot one right to third, and Rivera puts it away for the out.
Boy, we've seen a lot of line drives sit right on the nose for outs in this ball game. Bohm has hit a couple. Last inning, a couple for the Diamondbacks, and here Castellanos, nice play by Rivera.
That ball's got to look like a beach ball to Castellanos right now. You throw it over the plate, he's squaring it up.
Hit his 5th home run in the last 3 games in the 2nd inning. 2 outs now. Brandon Marsh takes a ball.
Back in the 6th, they could have pinch hit Pache, but this is exactly why you keep Marsh in the ball game there, because now you get a favorable matchup.
Marsh 1 for 3. Now when you have a lead, you manage the game totally different way. You can afford to keep Marsh in the game. It's a nice little platoon they got going in left field with Marsh and Pache. Left-right platoon. But Marsh has really come alive here in the last 3 games. A wave and a miss. 2-1 to count. Threw him a 2-0 slider.
You also get superior defensive play maybe from Pache, but you don't get a lot at the plate offensive from Pache.
Oh no! Man, this is kind of a big AB too, because if you're the Diamondbacks, if you're able to put 3 runs on the board, say, if you can find a way to get Marsh out, you have the ability to go to the bottom of the 9th and not have to face Bryce Harper again. Now, if you let Marsh on base here, he would come up.
Good call. Hitters count 3-1, and that's a ball, and Marsh draws a walk, and a base stealer is aboard. A 2-out walk here in the 8th inning. That's a good one. Marsh madness. That applies.
He's done a nice job since he's come over from the Angels last year. I think he's taken to Harper, and those guys have really helped him with his plate discipline and just really overall approach.
Brings up Rojas now.
Good move by Frias. Quick feet.
Ball had some heat on it over the first.
Phillies trying to add on here in the 8th. It'd be a big run to get. They lead it by 2 with Kimbrell ready to come on in the 9th.
Remember, Moreno behind the plate, one of the best young arms in the game. Threw out almost 40% of would-be base stealers this summer.
Base runners have been a little hesitant tonight. Both teams an emphasis on the running game from their pitchers. holding runners close, the delays, the pauses, back picks, anything they can do to try to disrupt the running game. Stolen bases are up in the postseason. They were up all season with the expanded bases, the bigger bases, and the throw over minimums. Fun part of the game is back. 1 ball, 1 strike. And a shot picked at second base by Marte. And the out recorded at first. Nice hands by Ketel Marte. And Frias puts up an important 0 for the Diamondbacks. We go to the 9th. Nice play by Marte. Last call for the Diamondbacks. It's the 2023 NLCS. It's presented by Loan Depot. The 2023 postseason on TBS is brought to you by Allstate. You're in good hands. 9th inning, Citizens Bank Park, Game 1 of this National League Championship Series. And one of the all-time great closers is on the mound to try to finish it off, Craig Kimbrel.
Regular season numbers, had a save in the post this year in Game 1s of the Wild Card Series and the Division Series.
Christian Walker leads off a mighty lash at it. 0-1 the count.
Kimbrel is 9 for 9 in save opportunities in the postseason. Has never blown a save.
2 saves this postseason. And that ball's hit hard down the left field line, going to hook foul. Walker jumped on it and sends it foul, and it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes.
That was a knuckle curve that kind of backed up on him, and Walker got into that one, but out in front.
You know it's late. The Rocky music.
No balls, 2 strikes. Kimbrel deals, and a swing and a miss. He got him. Kimbrel with a strikeout to start the 9th. Gassed him up with a fastball at 96.
Kimbrel has not changed anything in his years in the major leagues. Hard gas and a hard slider. has been his repertoire since day one in Atlanta.
In the 400 save club, 417 to be exact. Moreno takes a slider, perfectly placed. No balls and a strike, and nothing but strikes from Kimbrel to start his outing. Moreno's hit 3 homers this postseason. 0 for 3 tonight. Diamondbacks desperate for a base runner to bring the tying run to the plate. One ball, one strike. 1-2. Mighty hack at that one. High fastball again from Kimbrel.
Yeah, Ron, you said it best. Maybe he doesn't have the 99 that he did when he first came up, but still, 2 pitches. You're getting that heater like that with good run, and of course that knuckle curve that he's had, like you said, since day one.
After the swing on that one, might see the hard slider here.
See what he does. The 1-2. There is the slider Moreno lays off. Good call, Ronnie. Kimbrel did not get credit for a save in Game 4 of that division series, but
he got the tough out.
Was the most intense moments he had in that division series. 2-2. Look out. Missed with a breaking ball that time. Now it's full. We got a good fastball hitter due next in Gurriel. Gabby Moreno, 3-2, 1 out. Stays alive.
That's the toughest thing. That fastball right there, top of the zone. It's a little bit like Wheeler in the fact that it's so tough to lay off, but it keeps kind of just rising.
Laid off it. Kimbrel walks Moreno, and the Diamondbacks will bring the tying run to the plate now. Well, what a terrific at bat there by Moreno. And now Lourdes Gurriel with a chance here in the 9th. Diamondbacks have had the tying run at the plate in each of the last 3 innings. We're down 5-0 at one point. One away, runner at first. Gurriel takes a ball. Close pitch.
In the division series, no one on the Diamondback team took better at bats than Gurriel did. After the Dodgers got it close on a J.D. Martinez home run, he hit a home run to extend that lead. It's a huge hit in that series.
Kimbrel fires. 2 balls, no strikes.
And 24 home runs this year. He's got 10 on the fastballs and 10 on the breaking pitches.
The ball he hit out against Los Angeles was on an excellent slider from Ryan Brazier.
And now Real Muto on his way out. Kimbrel got off to such a great start, pouring in the strikes. Got the strikeout of Walker. Got ahead of Moreno. But then the walk, and now he looks a little unsettled on the mound.
The only difference between a young Kimbrel, when he would just pour strike after strike, is that sometimes the strike zone floats on him.
Yeah.
He loses it for a couple of batters.
But he's got the distinct ability to all of a sudden get it back too. We've seen that time after time.
Lourdes Gurriel 0 for 3 tonight, but hit a bullet his last time up right to second base. He barreled it. 2-0 the count. Gurriel takes a strike. Kimbrel paints one. Phillies set up for a double play ball that would end the game and secure this Game 1 victory. Two balls and a strike. 3-1 now. Thomas due next. The young lefty who had the sacrifice fly to make this a 2-run game in the 7th inning. Hitters count. Big pitch right here. Kimbrel deals the 3-1. Gurriel takes a strike. That's close pitch.
Two fastballs he's taken now. Frenchie, 2-0 and 3-1.
Yeah, I thought the 2-0 was the one he should have gone on there. That one, that's close.
Yeah.
That's...
See what he gives him now. 3-2. On the ground, a hot one, backhanded, Bohm. Throw to second, out, stop, throw to first. It's in time, and it's a double play, and the game is over. The Phillies win game 1. Phillies go around the horn to turn 2 to end it. Bryce Harper drives in 2, 3 Phillies home runs. And Ronnie, the Phillies now 5-0 in the postseason at Citizens Bank Park.
They are just doing it with the long ball early in this game. They now have 16 home runs. Pulled Zach Wheeler after another great effort. He'll get the win today. But an outstanding job by the Diamondbacks, who fought and clawed their way back into it. To one swing of the bat, could have tied this ball game.
Yeah, look, on one side, the Diamondbacks showed that, look, they're going to fight this series, as you said. Last 3 innings, tying run on. But I will tell you what, right here, Bohm with a great backhand, and Rob Thompson has shown when he gets a chance with the lead, he is going to that bullpen, and he's going to use the guys you saw tonight. And again, they answered the bell in game 1.
This Phillies bullpen entered this game tonight with an ERA of 1.45. They'd only given up 3 earned runs. Now it's over 20 innings and only the 1 home run. Kimbrel saves it, his 3rd of the postseason. Harper the star again. He's standing by with Matt Weiner.
Thanks, BA. 2 runs, 2 RBIs, 31 years. How's your birthday?
We won the game, man. That's all I care about. Keep winning. It's a really good team over there. Galen, he's been throwing the ball, well all year, and just tried to get on top of him as much as we could, score early. Schwarber starting the game off right there was huge for us. Just really good.
You're the 4th ever to hit a home run in the postseason on your birthday, and as you noted, you weren't the only one tonight. Schwarber, an ambush fastball. Nick Castellanos remains hot. It felt like you were keying on Gallen's fastball. What were the priorities tonight in those at-bats?
No, he's really good. He throws everything for a strike. He does a great job of really tunneling the zone, and woo, that's cold. Thanks, big dog. He does a really good job. He has a really good plan when he pitches, and so we were just trying to get him up in the zone the best we could and not miss the heater at any point. And I thought we did a really good job of that.
It was the NLCS last year where Schwarber really took off. What kind of a sign is that for you guys moving forward?
We know what type of guy Schwarber's going to be for us, and he's huge in that one spot. Whew, that's cold, bro.
It ain't cold enough.
We know what he's going to do for us, and there's never a doubt on how good he's going to be. So we're excited to see what he can do in the NLCS and as we go.
Not bad for an old guy. Congrats.
Thank you.
Big game performer on his 31st birthday. Bryce Harper and the Phillies secure game 1, Frenchie.
Yeah, what a game. I think he had it all. D-backs fought back hard, but the Phils got out to that big start, and behind those high leverage arms, Ronnie, they were able to secure game 1.
Yeah, we're looking at another great pitching matchup in game 2 with Aaron Nola and Merrill Kelly. And Merrill Kelly, the pressure will be on him to answer for the Diamondbacks.
For now, they sing Dancing on My Own, their rally song from a year ago. It is back, and the Phillies lead 1-0 in this best of 7. For Ron Darling, Jeff Francoeur, Matt Weiner, and the rest of our terrific crew, led by Jeff Randolph and Matt Lipp in the truck, I'm Brian Anderson saying so long. You've been watching the MLB postseason on TBS, exclusive home of the NLCS. Coming up next, we'll send it to Lauren Shahadi in our Atlanta studios. Game 1 belongs to the Phillies. Now let's do it again tomorrow night. So long, everybody.